Welcome into Delmarva Sports Insider, the top live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports. Our setup is a little differently right now, but you know who I am. It's yours truly, sports anchor, Devin J. Martin.
And I'm Jordan Kudish, usually doing news, but tonight I'm filling in for sports director Brandon Bossert. Welcome into the show. We've got a lot to get into tonight.
I'm glad you're here, Jordan, helping me out. Again, last week I was here all by myself.
Yeah, sorry about that, Devin.
Now, Jordan, it's the summertime, and the biggest talk on Delmarva sports-wise so far has been all about hoops.
Yeah, that's right, Devin. Hoops here in Maryland and in Delaware, so let's get right into it.
Now, Jordan, on the Eastern Shore, it was the first week of the playoffs for the Maryland Supreme League. It was Hudson Auto Body from Snow Hill facing off against Bull on the Beach from Decatur, and this was a battle to the end. The teams were trading buckets. This game was within 1 point in the last 3 minutes, and the drive right there is good, but then a three-pointer from Ramadan right here in the corner gives Decatur's players a 1 point lead. Now, they tried to add to it with another three, but as you're going to see shortly, the shot is off. And then the rebound by J.C. Fields, and he's going to take it coast to coast. He's going to get the shot that he wants. He lay it in, plus the foul. Hudson Auto Body goes up. And then later, Bulls on the Beach falls asleep on the inbound and give up another layup. You can't do that.
Yeah, and absolutely. So Tyler Riddick puts the finishing touches on the game. He drives and makes an acrobatic layup. You can see him just absolutely living in the paint here, and Snow Hill's team moves on to the next round, taking that win over Davin Chandler and his squad by 8 points. The league will be wrapping up on Monday, and of course, we'll have those highlights in our shows, of course, throughout the next week.
Now, Kent County Summer League for boys hoops did wrap up yesterday in Delaware, and we've got all that playoff action. So first, let's start in the quarterfinals. It was Polytech of Woodbridge facing off for the chance to play Seaford in the semis. Now, this game got out of hand really quickly. Polytech was up big early, and a big reason because they outclassed Woodbridge in the paint. And then later, after that layup, they're going to swing the ball around. And Kyle Gamber, you're going to see a lot from him today. He knocks down the three from the top of the key. Woodbridge was down 25 plus in the second half, but they kept fighting. Ike Newton drives hard and creates the contact and finishes the lay-in. And then Malika Hayes pulls up after he gets the ball right here and knocks down the J. But Polytech was up too much, too big, too late. They win by 28 and move on to the next round to face off against the Blue Jays.
All right, here we go. Quick turnaround. The Panthers would have their hands full against Seaford. Brent Triggins gets stripped and Brent Shelton lays it in, but Ricketts would get his buckets back in return. He bodies the defender there, and there you go, lays the ball in. Kyle Gamber on the other end puts the ball in off of, let's see it, the nice drive there. This game was tight early on, and Kareem Bolden responds with his own layup. Then the Panthers move the ball around, and it finds Chase Little, who lays the ball in.
Yeah, that's a great layup right here off the baseline. That was great. No, he almost got blocked, but it was just close enough. Now, Gamber, he's going to drive the nice shot in and finish over the Blue Jays. But then Ricketts, he's going to take over later in the second half. Again, this game was close, but right until the second half started, then the Blue Jays kind of blew it all up. You see the line drive right there to the cup, gives them an easy basket. And then Bolden is going to go baseline and hits the nice reverse layup off with the left hand. And then to cap off the game, Ricketts goes with the acrobatic finish and lays it in. Blue Jays win by 22. They secure their spot in the championship game. They face the winner of Laurel and Cesar Rodney, and we have those highlights too. And now the other semifinal, it wasn't too dragged out. The Bulldogs had control early on. The missed shot opens up a free layup for Corey Mumford right here in transition. They were already up by 16, up to that point, 26-10, and Mumford finishes the layup right there. And then the Bulldogs go up 18 at that point, shortly before the end of the first half, and now to the second half we go. Anthony Aguilo drives and lays the ball in, but CR was down too big, too early. Joel Parker makes the quick move and finds Mumford again for the layup, this time plus the foul. Bulldogs were using this game as prep for the championship game between them and the Blue Jays. That would actually be a rematch from last week in which Laurel won. Now, Kadeem Burton puts the final nails in the coffin for the Bulldogs. Or so you think. The play isn't over yet. They get the strip, and Mumford finds himself with the ball and slams it in. Great exclamation point to end the game. Bulldogs double up on Cesar Rodney.
All right, Devin, now it's the championship game between Laurel and Seaford, and this is a matchup that I know you have circled on your calendar for next season.
I certainly do, Jordan. Just off the eye test, that these teams have similar athleticism, size, and skill. But again, somebody has to come out on top. When I was talking to Brandon earlier, I think a couple weeks ago, about these two teams, he liked Laurel in this matchup, and I chose Seaford. And Brandon was right for last week when they matched up. Laurel actually won that game, but now it's a rematch. So let's see who wins.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And I like the little competitive rivalry between you and Brandon there. All right, let's see who wins this. Let's cut to the video here. This game was the most evenly matched of the playoffs. The Bulldogs think they can repeat last week's results, but Avion Matthews says otherwise. He said he tosses the ball in right now for that layup. There you go. The Bulldogs forced the turnover. Dontarius Jones lays it in over the defense on the fast break, and the ball is in. Look at that shot. Now he comes down, knocks it down off the three-pointer. It's clean, but Joel Parker cleans it up with the putback slam, and he has hyped the Bulldogs. They were up early. Now Khalees Wilson gets the ISO and finishes with the left hand. The Bulldogs taking momentum, but Devin, as you said, this game is far from over.
And the way that this game wasn't over yet is because the Blue Jays started knocking down their threes, and they end up taking a 1-point lead in the halftime, and then Wilson knocks down the three right there after this shot, and the Blue Jays start to get turned up. Now down one, Brickets gets to the hole and finishes the layup, and then in transition, Zion Mifflin gets the little up-did-he-do shot, trick shot, the fall, and puts the Blue Jays up 3. The Bulldogs down 5 now, and they don't want to let this game slip away. They get a much-needed basket right here from Jones, but this right here is the backbreaker. Bolden getting the fast break basket and skies up for the two-hand tomahawk jam that the crowd loves. And then later to finish it off, Matthews gets the ISO to stop and go with the contact layup, and he makes a tough shot. Seaford gets revenge, winning the Summer League crown and bragging rights. Now let's hear from the winning side's coaches after the W.
We lost to them last week. You know, the game was more hype, was more of a rivalry game. They was ready. I think the loss helped us this week, playing the first 2 games, getting our rhythm back, and then coming out here just fighting through adversity. And I think that's something that's going to help us in the long run.
I like the grind, the way we stayed together, stayed poised. Like you said, faced adversity, and we brought it home. Like you said, we lost to them last week, and we came back and got it this week. But the grind don't stop. We still got work to do.
So, Jordan, again, you mentioned it. Me and Brandon right now 1-1 against each other on our predictions. But, again, it's just the Summer League. We'll actually see what happens when these two teams match up during the regular season. I think they play at least 2 different times, and those games have way, way more importance than the Summer League does.
Yeah, it is just kind of like that preview of what's to come, giving you guys a taste, which is interesting. Also, Devin, I do have to mention this. You just told me during that soundbite that I said, what did I say, ISOs?
ISO.
ISO. Okay,
Yeah.
so obviously, sport. You know, my wheels are a little rusty here with the sports.
You're doing a good job.
I'm trying.
You're doing a good job.
Devin,
Again, I'm glad that you're here. So now that will do it for the A block. Now we're going to take a short commercial break, but when we return, we've got a local athlete spotlight when we come back with After the Whistle. So don't go anywhere. That and more when the Delmarva Sports Insider returns.
Hey, this is Coach Evick, head coach of Cape Baseball, 2-time state champion. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.